Well, welcome back to Rolling Acres Farm. The last video, it was a lot colder, a lot muddier. We had just come out of that snow and ice apocalypse, I guess, of January 2026. Well, that was bad. But the weather's a lot better now, and it's a nice sunny day. And I thought we'd take a little ride down to the creek and check on that the Beaver Dam. We had not a whole lot, but a good bit of rain the past couple of days. And my camera that I've got, my trail camera, game camera that I've got on there, showed that the creek was flooded. It was really backed up and flooded. So let's take a ride in the old Kawasaki Mule and go down there and check it out. Well, let's stop by the bigger pond here first. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we did get some rain. I guess between the snow and melt ice, or snow and ice melt, and the rain we've got recently. Wow, this pond hasn't been this high in, gosh, since, I don't know, spring, early summer of last year, 25. But, well, that's good though. Glad the water level's back up. Huh. Oh boy. I don't know if we can see or not, but let's get up there and take a closer look. It has definitely got a lot of rain down here. Well, a lot of rain that flowed down here. Let's see what we got here. Oh boy. Yeah. That's definitely jammed up a little bit. Huh. I don't know if it was because of the rain and the flooding or what, but I've got quite a bit of animal activity right in here. Possums, coons, Even a rabbit was right in here last night. A coyote was right here. Got a picture of it. I may insert it here. But yeah, have to keep an eye on that. May have to clean that out. All right, this is the far back corner of the farm. Far southwest corner. The creek is the property line. Over there's not on this property, and on this side it is. Now, this changed over the years, as you know, I'm sure most of you are aware that water is a powerful thing, and you know, over the course of, well, I don't even know, long time, the creek has changed its course and its erosion and all that. So I say it's a property line. It is, you know, it changes slightly just based on how much it washes and erodes. But yep, we do some fishing down here in the spring and summertime. About probably a quarter of a mile, something like that, downstream is the wetland where the beavers really have it dammed up down there. So that's why this is at the top. As you can tell, it's really high. The water level is really high, as opposed to on further down that way. So they've got it dammed up so the water doesn't move quite as fast here. So water level is higher. So, but the good thing is we did get a lot of rain. The ponds are full, the creek's full, but it looks like it may have come out of the banks right here a little bit based on the way the ground and the grass looks kind of laid over, but nothing real bad. All right, throw away some box here. I've got a pit, burn pit that I had dug over here several years ago. As you can see, kind of burned, just trash. But a few years ago, I guess probably about, close to 4 years. I guess this spring coming up will be 4 years that, no, maybe longer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Time frame to you guys doesn't matter. What does matter is this small pond over here. I had some guys come over and work on it. Take a look at it real quick. Both ponds on the farm never had a proper culvert pipe or an overflow or drain installed. Never did. They just kind of overflowed at the lowest point on the turkey feather, lowest part of the dam, or the causeway, some people call them. But anyway, a few years ago, this was just a low, really low spot. Stayed wet all the time because the water just would run out across here. It was hard to you couldn't hardly get a jump across it. It was just a big drainage ditch, basically. You had to jump across it, and it was real muddy to get four-wheelers and tractors and whatnot through. But anyway, I had some guys come in with some equipment, dig this out, build it up some so the water level would come up, put that culvert pipe in there so that we could drain underneath. and go on down through the woods. Well, the guys that were here working, doing the digging, they said, well, we need to haul in some dirt. I said, what do you need dirt for? And they said, well, so we can build that area up and cover up the pipe. I said, he's like, haul in dirt that I would have to pay for? Guy was like, yeah. And I'm like, I have a couple 100 acres out here. Go dig a hole. I own dirt. I don't need you to haul it in. So anyway, that's where the pit in the woods came from. So it worked out pretty good. I was able to get my own dirt, save a little bit of money, and have a nice pit to burn when I need to. All right, I just showed you the smaller pond over there. And let's get this thing going. Here we go. Showed you the smaller pond and how I had the culvert put in over there. Well, over here at the big pond, I basically did the same thing. Show you here. Again, this wasn't even built up like this at all right in here. So I had the guys build up the dirt a little bit and put a pipe in right there so we could drive across this. And of course it comes out right there. Flows down that way. And I just found this out a couple of years ago. I always wondered where the heck the water went to, because it disappears down here. Disappears. I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, it comes down right here. Flows down there. And last year, when we really had a lot of flooding last spring, I thought it was the oddest thing, because it would come down, the water would be flows down here, and then goes underground. Why can't I see this? Oh man. There we go. Goes underground. I'm not a pro. Not even close. Okay. So then it goes underground and pops back up somewhere. Here we go. It's pretty cool. Right there. Can you see that? And then carries on way down there. Goes to the creek. All right, we're gonna make our way through the woods here over to back to the little pond. And I thought, since I showed you how the water goes underground the big pond, I'll show you that it does the exact same thing over here at the little pond as well, only a little bit more exaggerated, I guess you'd say. All right, let's do this. So, comes out here. And I didn't change where it naturally came out. When I mentioned earlier I had them put a culvert in, I didn't change the location. I just had them build it up so it could come out. Yeah, I mean, we're full. So let's try to get in here. This is kind of hard to get in here when the, ow, thorns. Yep, Okay. It's kind of hard to get back in here. And the leaves are on the trees and the bushes are all grown out or whatever. So anyway, it goes right here, it goes underground a little bit right there. It comes out there. I think it's pretty cool how that tree's roots from that big tree there. Anyway, I get easily distracted. So as you can tell, the water comes right here. Basically disappears underground. And then, I have no idea what kind of footage this is going to be like, because this is the first time, just so you know, this is the first time I'm using this camera. This is brand new to me. All right. Comes out there. Ow. Check that out. Underground. Makes a bit of a land bridge. Ow. Right there. Comes out right there. Under all those roots. Underground again there. And then it, I should probably have this facing me because I have a feeling I'm gonna fall. And that would be pretty, I'm sure, entertaining footage. Anyway, there we go. Another land bridge. Exposes it. Ow! Reappears. Land bridge. Reappears. And then it goes on down through the woods to a drainage ditch way down to the bottoms. Comes out, it dumps out all the way, it flows all the way to that creek. And that creek is probably where it enters the creek from here, a quarter of a mile probably. So, pretty cool. Won't be looking like this for very much longer. Another month or two. It'll be hard to see through here. All right. I think that's about all I need to do for the day. I'll let you take a ride with me back to the house. the water would be, look at there. I just learned how to turn my camera around. There's a little button right here. You double click it twice. Whew. Let's see if I can turn it. Let's see if it does it the opposite way. 1, 2. No. No. Okay, whatever.